He was crying out for help. But instead of getting the compassion he desperately needed, they gave him handcuffs. This isn't just a headline, it has the heartbreaking story of a young man who reached out in his darkest moment and was treated like a criminal. It all started on a quiet night in a small, ordinary city with what seemed like just another call to 911. A 27-year-old man named Ethan Carter was in the grips of a severe depressive episode. He felt unsafe with his own thoughts and bravely confided in a friend, his friend. Doing exactly what we're all taught to do, call for help. Hoping to get Ethan the support he needed, but when the police arrived, the situation took a tragic turn. They found Ethan unarmed, sitting on his living room floor, visibly distressed and trembling. Imagine that moment of sheer vulnerability. You've hit rock bottom. You've finally gathered the courage to ask for help, and you're waiting for a lifeline. But instead of a trained mental health professional or even a paramedic, two officers burst in, shouting commands, their voices echoing with authority, not empathy. The atmosphere, already thick with tension, became charged with fear. Within seconds, they had him pinned to the floor. There was no attempt to de-escalate, no gentle words, no calm reassurance, just force. Through his tears, Ethan managed to plead with them, "Please, I just needed someone to listen." But his words were lost in the chaos. They cuffed him, dragged him outside like a common criminal, and forced him into the back of a police cruiser. His neighbors watched as his private cry for help was turned into a public spectacle of humiliation. By the next morning, Ethan was gone. Another preventable tragedy, another life loss, another case file closed and buried in paperwork. This story isn't just about Ethan. It's a stark reminder that mental illness is a health issue, not a crime. Yet, every single day, people in crisis are confronted with force instead of care. They are seen as threats, not as human beings in immense pain. This is happening in our communities, to our friends, our family, our neighbors. It's a systemic failure that costs lives. Ethan's story represents the thousands of silenced voices, the people who reached for a helping hand and were met with cold steel. If you believe, as I do, that people in a mental health crisis deserve care, not cuffs, then we cannot let his story fade away. We have to be his voice. Share this video. Talk about it. Demand change in how our communities respond to mental health emergencies. Because our silence only protects the broken system that keeps failing the most vulnerable among us. Let's make sure that when someone asks for help, they get it. Never again should a cry for help be answered with handcuffs. Thank you for watching. If you believe in this message, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more stories that matter. Let's build a more compassionate world together.